Okay. Um, Good evening, everybody. I want to give us 2 minutes to join me, but I will try and do some reminder now. Let me remind some people. Okay, so today is we're going to be talking about love life on campus. We're going to be talking about what you need to know about relationships on campus. All right, we're going to be talking about a lot of things today. So I just need to remind some people. Let me send messages across so that people can join here. All right. If you're already here, please just hold on a little while we remind others. You can also remind others too. All right. All right. Um, I'm here to see us online. I'm here to see us online. All right. Two people online already. If you can hear me, drop a comment and say I can hear you so that we can proceed. If you can hear me, drop a comment. I can hear you so that we can proceed. All right. Three people online. All right. That's nice. Can you hear me? Okay, I want to get feedback from you. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please drop a comment and say I can hear you or I am following so that we can proceed. All right. Just drop a comment, please, so that I will know that I'm not speaking to myself. I'm seeing people online and I'm seeing people following and watching. Please drop a comment. Tell me you can hear me so that I proceed. All right. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, I can see a comment from okay, David GGK said I can hear you. All right. Okay, so let's go into today's business. Now see, David TGK, welcome. And everybody who is watching me now, I want to welcome all of us to this interactive session. Now we're going to be talking about love. And I will try my best not to hide anything from you. I will try my very best not to hide anything from you, all right? I'm a young person. I know you can see I don't have beards, all right? Don't mind my baby face, but I'm a young person like you, and even though I may be older than many of you, but I face the everyday struggle that every young person faces. All right. I face that struggle of wanting to have somebody to, um, a companion to have, wanting to, satisfy your sexual urges, and, basically having to fight against these urges sometimes, what is online, what is on the papers, what is on the streets, what is everywhere is just trying to show us nothing else but sex, sex, sex. So how do we, find a way between all of these things, especially when we are getting into campus? Now, campus life is very different from your normal life. It is very different from your normal life. I will repeat again. Campus life is very different from your normal life. Why is campus life different from your normal life? Now I'll tell you. Campus life is different from your normal life because you are not going to be staying with your parents. You are not going to be staying with your guardians. You're not going to have anybody coming to wake you up and say, oh, Emeka, oh yeah, go and do this or do that. You are a free being. Nobody they tell you what you go do. You understand? You are your own master. And with this freedom comes a lot and a lot and a lot of temptations. That is why many people go into school innocent. They are church people, they are this, they are that, they are leaders in their churches, and they are very good children at home. But it doesn't take time, and you see they become something else in school because most times they do not listen to things like this that would help them. Okay, so I want to talk about love life on campus. Now let me start with my story. Please, anybody who is missing this part is going to miss a lot. I want to start with my story now. Now I got into university in 2017. 2017, November 2017. That was when we started our when we resumed for school. November 2017. I can remember November 13th, particularly we resumed school. November 13th. And I was still a teenager at that time. And even though I had some basic home trainings, but there were many things I saw in school. Number one thing I saw in school, let me mention it here, especially for the guys. Number one thing you will find in school is that a lot of ladies in school dress naked. When I mean naked, I mean many of them do not have regard for covering their bodies. So that was one thing that was strange to me. Like, see what this girl is wearing. And I'll be complaining to those people who are already in school. I'll be like, Emeka, see what this girl is wearing. And I'll be like, you never see anything. You never, this one you are seeing is just the beginning. And really, I remember one girl in school. Are you seeing me? I remember one girl in school. It was, this thing they used to do when they are signing out of school, when they finish school, like when they finish their last paper. This lady wore one white polo, and her breast was almost out, like everything was outside. And God, a small boy like me that was just coming into school, I was just wondering those things we used to see, on our phones. Here you are seeing them live. So I decided to um, make inquiries because I wanted to know a lot of things about sexual life on campus, and that is why, by the grace of God, I am knowledgeable about this area. So, seeing all of these things, let me tell you the truth. It is natural for these desires to begin to choke you at some point. All right. So sometimes I felt like, is there any need to even keep this virginity of a thing? Is there any need to do all this holy holy? Why not? After all, my parents are not here, my guardians are not here. Let me just join these people and do what they are doing after all, so that I will not be old school and all of that. I remember that time, even in year one, we had a party. There was a party we had, and that party was a bad party. Let me put it that way, because there were going to be strippers. There were going to be people who were wearing all manner of things. People who were just ready to do the bad things. All right, people were ready to smoke and all of that, and they were inviting people. So they were sharing the flyers in the class, and I happened to be there. But one guy was supposed to give me the flyer. He looked at me, then he didn't give me the flyer. And I asked him, give me flyer now, let me see what's happening. And he told me, no, 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 this kind of flyer is not for people like you. So it means that even in the school where people are doing and misbehaving anyhow, there are still people who are not like that. And if you are not like them, they will know you that you're not like them, and they will not really bring, some of these things to you. So the first thing to do when you get into school is not to go and find friends and mingle with anybody you see, all right? That is not the first thing to do. The first thing to do when you get into school is to, as much as possible, find a way of making your stand known first. If you don't make your stand known, you will fall to anything you see. All right? You will fall to anything you see. How do I mean? Now, for instance, when you get into school and somebody just coming to tell you, oh boy, have fun now. See this fine girl wey we suppose go razzle and all of those things. This girl, if you knack am, this girl go sweet for bed and all of those kinds of talk. Now, those talks are coming from a person who does not know who you are, because you are just meeting him for maybe the first time, or you just newly people met. Now, depending on the way you respond to that person may um, continue with the discussion or may stop. For instance, there were times when people came to talk some rubbish with me and they were like, this girl go sweet for bed. If you knock at me, all these Calabar girls, they get style, all those kind of talks. And I told them, guy, I beg, they talk that thing close to me. Now, they will see you as a holy, holy person. They will see you as a churchy person, but it will save you a lot. I know people who came into school, very brilliant people. They were doing well academically, they were excelling, and it didn't take time. These people began to fail. I know particularly of my friend, I will not call his name, but in year one, he was close to a first class. And I know many of you want to graduate with the first class. Please comment, I want to graduate with the first class, if you really want to graduate with the first class. All right. So if you have the desire to graduate with the first class, just drop it on the comment section. I know that many of you would like to graduate with the first class. Now, this guy was close to a first class, and he was a very, 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 very studious person. Like, he was meeting me, we are going for night classes, we are going to read. But at some point, he now joined a particular group of friends. They had some ladies who were staying with them at home, and he started missing classes. Before you know, he started smoking, he started um, dressing anyhow, and then it didn't take time. This guy was no longer even close to first class again. He's even struggling to be on a 2-1. He's on a 2-2. All right. So these are things that happen when you fail to give yourself to proper discipline. Woman need dey finish. Hello, women don't finish. You will keep on seeing beautiful and beautiful, and just imagine you chase after everything that is on skirt on campus. It means you will not be focused. There will not be focus anywhere for you, because there are a lot of distractions already. All right, a lot of distractions already. For some of you who are already dating, I was speaking to somebody and she was telling me that she's 19-year-old, and she's already dating, and that is why I dropped that question on what do you think is the best age for dating, and a lot of you said different things. I'll mention those persons who who actually dropped their distance. I'll mention the names now. For those of you who commented, I will make sure that I give something to all of you. Yes, all of you who made efforts to, to comment. All right. So let me mention the names now. Um, Angel Emeka, is she here? Please, if you're here, just drop um, maybe an emoji. Just signify on the comment section. Angel Emeka, Vals Obotesi. I don't know if I mentioned that name properly. All right. So David Chijike says he wants to get with the first class. All right. Um, Destiny Mark. Destiny Mark, is she here? If you're here, just signify on the comment section. Type something on the comment section. Say I'm here or something. Precious. Precious, is she here? You spoke about relationship to me. You told me the best age for relationship. Okay. So there are some other persons who did not meet up with the requirements. All right. Some persons did not subscribe to the channel. So I don't think I will do anything for you. I gave the stipulations. I made the requirements known. For you to actually win, you must follow the requirements. So some of you did not follow the requirements, and I will not be to be I'm not to be blamed if I don't give you anything, right? I want to be fair here, all right? So please next time make sure you follow the requirements. So let's go back to our talk. The best age for dating. The best age for dating in a Nigerian context. This is my own personal opinion, all right? There's nowhere it is written in the constitution or something. If you want to go by the constitution, actually, every adult is recognized from 18 years. You are an adult once you are up to 18 years, all right? It means at that point, you can be held responsible for your actions. It means at that point, you can be held responsible for any crime you commit. For instance, if you are 18 years and the police catches you stealing, you can go to prison. But if you are below 18, you are a juvenile, all right? You may not really go to the prison, or you may not serve as much punishment as somebody who's already 18 years and above. So 18 years is the age for adulthood in Nigeria from the constitution. Also, 18 years is the age where you can be legally married in Nigeria. That's why all these Hausa people, the Hausa tribe that marries below 18 years, most times people, lament and say it is child abuse and all of that. But the normal age for marriage in Nigeria for both male and female is 18 years, which means from 18 years you can be married, you can register your marriage in any court, all right? Now for dating, for dating, I know many of you will be waiting for this part. Okay, let me hear what let me find out what you think. Someone should drop something. Just tell me what you think is the best age for dating. Let me know before I spill it out. But let's take this analogy. Why do you need to date? That's the first question you need to answer. Why dating? What is the need for dating? Now, dating is a word that has been abused. Dating is a word that has been abused. Yes, I must tell you. Now, if somebody says, "Oh, Destiny, I want to date you. Destiny, I want to date you. I love you and I want to date you." What does that person really mean? What is the original meaning of dating? I will tell you. Dating does not mean he wants to have sex with you. No. So when people chat you up on WhatsApp, "I like you so much. I like your this. I like your buttocks. I like your breast. I like your boobs. You are so beautiful, and I think I want to date you." If that person is pointing towards sex, it means the person does not understand the meaning of dating. Dating is not an avenue for sex. Dating is a period of time where two people who are interested in each other gets to find more about each other. All right. So there are three levels to this relationship thing. I'm talking about romantic relationship now. All right. The first stage is friendship. Friendship. At the friendship stage, you are just friends. All right. This thing people do, you have spoilt this thing, oh, we have spoilt this love thing in our time, oh. This thing people do, oh, you just see a fine girl on the road and you stop her. and the next thing you're talking about with her is you want to sleep with her or you want to date her. That is not how it's supposed to be. I will tell you the truth. Now, you may not like me for this, but I will play my part. All right. I know that I am like a senior brother to you, or I'm like a mentor to you. So I will play my part. Now, if a person meets you and the first thing is asking for is dating, it means that person does not know the real meaning of dating, and the person really does not have a good intention towards you. All right. The first thing you do when you meet a person is to become friends with the person. Become friends with the person. Don't try to find romantic relationship with the person yet. All right. I know this thing that we call love at first sight. Oh, the guy is fine. Oh, the lady is this, the lady is that. That point needs you to have a level of self-control. When you begin to have a level of self-control, then you can be able to start with a friendship level at first. All right. Now, after the friendship level, after you've done the friendship level for some time, you can now indicate interest in dating that person. Remember, I've not told you the official age of dating. Please comment the official age you think dating should commence. All right. Now, when you enter into the dating part with the person, remember you've known the person as a friend. In the dating part, it does not mean you start having sex with that person. This is where a lot of us feel it. Oh, he's my boyfriend. Oh, no, he's my this. Oh, then it means you start having sex with the person. That is not true. That is not how it's supposed to be. The first thing to do when you enter into dating is to try to know each other better. All right. Now you are now in a more closer relationship. So you begin to know what the person likes, what the person does not like. You begin to know the good aspect of that person and the bad aspect of that person. Then finally, you now enter into the courtship section. Courtship. Now, you see the progression with which I move. It is not, God did not design, this love thing to be, if you move from one girlfriend to one girlfriend and from one girlfriend to another girlfriend and to another girlfriend to another girlfriend, and before you get married, you've slept with countless numbers of people. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to be. That's why you see a lot of women and even a lot of men, when they finally get married, they're not satisfied sexually because they feel that their partner, is not giving them the style Emeka used to give to her, when she was dating him. Or Nkiru does not know how to do the styles that he wants, like Chioma, and all of those kinds of things, because that kind of person has been having sexual relationship with a lot of persons. So please, I am talking to young people. It is a time to employ the virtue of self-control. Please control yourself. All right. One of my mentors will always say, zip up, zip up. Take that zip up. All right. It's not time to be letting everything open. The guy that slept with you today will not marry you, or is likely not to marry you. So why sacrifice a lot of plenty virtues on the altar of nonsense? Oh, virginity is not celebrated now. Oh, does it matter being a virgin? If you're a virgin, you are a very valuable asset. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. If you are a virgin, you are a very valuable asset. Every guy wants to marry a virgin. Forget all these things we are talking. Okay, let me not say every guy. Let me not talk for everybody, but a lot of people want to marry virgins. All right. Now, for instance, if I see a virgin, eh, if I see a virgin, yeah, 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 yeah. Please don't tell me if you're a virgin or not. But if I see a virgin, it's not worth to make me marry you, but it will make me more interested in you. I want to know, how did this person, get to know, um, how did this person get to keep himself to this point? All right. Now, David is saying the best age for dating is 17 years. David is saying the best age for dating is 17 years. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks so much. I will give you my own opinion on this. All right, drop your own. Now, remember, the most active participant here goes on with 500 MB worth of data. I'll be giving that person immediately. So I'll be checking the comment section. If you don't comment, I cannot know you. I can't know that you are the most active person. All right. So your comments are what will encourage me to know that, okay, this person is following me and is deserving of, the little reward that I have for you. All right. So let's go back to what I was saying. So virginity is an asset that you must protect if you still are.
We live in a world where people mock people who don't. But you see, these abortion things, this you know, even I hope you know, sex is spiritual too. So many people problems started from the moment when they started having sexual encounters with people they are not supposed to have sexual encounters with. So if you zip up now, aunty, if you zip up now, uncle, you will save yourself of a lot of troubles. You see many youths coming to social media to say, please help me. I am pregnant now. Which medicine will I take? Or I just pregnanted my girlfriend now. How do we do this? It is because there was no proper understanding that it is not yet time to do it. So many ladies have even aborted for guys who are not even going to marry them. Then in the future time, it becomes a problem for who actually decides to settle down with them. Many women who are not married today, some of them have their histories. The reason why some of them are not married, not all of them, but I'm saying some people have their marital problems because they lost their womb dating somebody who they regretted doing it. So a lot of things that young people are doing today, you will regret tomorrow in the future. I tell you, you regret tomorrow in the future. So this is a time that we must understand the purpose for dating. All right. So I said the first thing, you move from friendship to what? To dating. And from dating, you now go over to what? To courtship. So the main reason of even dating a person in the first place is that you want to marry that person. The reason to date a person is not because the person is fine. You can remain at the friendship level. The person can be a very close friend. I have a very, 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 very close female friend, but I'm not dating her. All right. I'm not dating her. We don't have sex, but we are very cool friends. Like she's the person I can call today and say, "Hey, Omo, I don't die you. I'm very hungry in school," and then she will come with all the coolers and everything. But she's just my friend. All right. So you can be friends and still be very close. You must not date that guy. Many people who are coming to you, auntie, in your DM on WhatsApp and everywhere, people are coming to you, oh, you are fine, you are this. Many of them will just want to sleep with you, and that is all. And you are not a public toilet. You are not. All right. You are not a public toilet. You are a virtuous person. So you must protect what you have for the rightful person. Yes, you will enjoy sex, the all the styles you want for as long as you want. You will not be hiding in the backyard to do it again. You will have to do it in your matrimonial bed, all right, when you get married. So keeping yourself is a very important thing. All right. So let me tell you now. I said the purpose of getting into dating in the first place is that you want to do what? You want to you have marriage in view. You are looking at marriage. Okay, I want to get married. If not, you have no business dating. You have no business dating if you don't have marriage in view. This is my opinion, and I think that is what even in our churches and everywhere we are being taught. This is the ideal reason behind relationships. To get into a serious relationship with anybody, you must have marriage in view. It's not like you are going to marry the person tomorrow, but at least you have in view that okay, in the next 4 or 5 years, I should be getting married to this person. In that way, you two will be able to commit yourself to each other, all right, and plan for a better future. Okay, so you don't date because oh she has big breasts and she has these big buttocks, or oh omo this guy too fine, omo he has 6 packs, he's looking like somebody who will be very good in bed, and then you just date the person just to enjoy sexual pleasures alone. Okay, so the best age to date, if you want to start dating, the best age to date is actually 18 years. It's 18 years, but you don date. Now the reason why I pegged it at 18 years is majorly because of the ladies. Hello, because of the ladies. Now many ladies from 18 years, even suitors start coming. Some people even 16 years, depending on how some ladies look bigger than their age actually. But there are people who by 16 years, 18 years, people have started already, coming. People have already started coming to you as suitors. All right. So from 18 years as a lady, if you are ready for marriage, you can get married to that person. All right. You can get married to that person from 18 years. You are advisable, you can marry. The government and even God and everywhere supports that. So that's why I pegged dating at 18 years. Okay. But for the guys, I think it is a lot more difficult. all right, at 18 years, because you need to find your life first. You need to find your life first. I remember when we were in secondary school, many of my classmates then would go and get a girlfriend for themselves, and some of them even had sexual experiences. But some of us, like me, I didn't have any girlfriend in secondary school. I'm a good boy, I'm a good boy. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. So, but other people who decided to do, many of the ladies that they said, I love you, oh, I miss you, oh, I do this. The ladies are married now. After I left school 2000 and I left secondary school 2015. So since 2015 till now, none of my secondary school guy has married presently. None of my secondary school friend as a guy or classmate has married. But we have had cases of girls marrying and marrying and marrying. So the timetable for ladies and guys are quite different. Ladies have a very shorter time, all right, to really settle down. So from 18 years, suitors are already coming. But for you, the guys, you will need to, in a Nigeria, in a kind of Nigeria like the one we have now, you will need to first finish your school. You will need to first get a job, at least get something doing. I advocate for early marriage. I advocate for early marriage. But most times for a guy in Nigeria to really settle down, if you settle down by 18 years, if you have what you're doing by 18 years and you see a girl you want to marry, you are free. I'm not saying anything about that. But I'm saying before you finally settle down to say, oh, this is a girl I like and I want to marry her, you must at least get something doing. And most times those things do not come until about the age of 24, 25, 26. Some persons even more. All right. So that's why, as a guy, you must know the right time to date so that you will not get heartbroken. Hey, you will not get heartbroken. The reason why a lot of guys are heartbroken is because they keep their bags where their hand cannot reach. After taking the girl to Domino Pizza, after taking her to Kilimanjaro, after spending money on her, buying clothes for her, doing data for her, subscribing for her, doing a lot of things for her, then she now discovers that, oh my, this guy is not even ready, and she goes over to the guy who is ready because her time is ticking. Your own time is still, you still have time. All right. Now you feel so heartbroken, and from there you move to another girlfriend, from another girlfriend to another girlfriend, and before you finally settle down, you've had like 8 girlfriends in your life. That is not an ideal state to be in. All right. You must learn to know the right time to shoot. Learn the right time to shoot your shot. All right. You shoot your shot at a time when you are ready, or you don't date until you have marriage in view. But if you want to talk about age, I think the age that is approved both by government and by society in Nigeria, I'm not talking about USA. You can say, oh, in the US, people date at 16 years. That is US. In US, many of them have um, all they need. All right, they are coming from places where at least they are comfortable. If they decide to marry but at 16 or 17 or 18, they have what to eat. They will not look for what to eat. But they don't have data. And you want to go and carry a woman and keep in your life. Oga, who will feed who? Who will subscribe for who? You know? So these are the things that you must consider before going into a relationship. Okay. So, and I've said it that the purpose of dating is not for you to just enjoy sexual pleasures. You must find a way of knowing the person and having a decision that this is the person that you may likely end up with. Okay. So let me talk about myself a little more. There was this girl in school, very beautiful girl, very beautiful lady. Like, this lady was so beautiful. Okay. This lady was so beautiful. And she was quite very close to me. She was somebody I was teaching in my tutorials because I tutor students in school. She was somebody I tutor in my tutorials. Now she found interest in me, and she would always come my to my hostel. Then I see at the hostel. She stays at off campus. She would always come with coolers of rice. She always come with good things and always wanting to call me on phone. If she calls me on phone, we are going to last for close to 2 hours, 1 hour. We are talking, and I began to feel, I began to love her. I began to have feelings for her, the normal way you would call it, all right? And she too, I discovered she had feelings for me. So my friends would tell me, "Omo, this guy like you, guy. Omo, shoot your shot. If I be you, child, omo, this girl, if I, we have to see this kind girl," and all of those kinds of talk. But you don't date because people are pressuring you to date. You date because it is necessary to date. All right. So at that point, I was telling myself, but Chinedu, you have if you now how will you? So I told myself I was not ready for a relationship. All right. Now, what did I do? One of the days she came to my apartment, to my house. By that time, I was now staying off campus. I asked her a very sincere question. I told her, I said, these things you are doing for me, I appreciate you. I started thanking her for all she has been doing for me and being a good friend to me. And I told her that this thing you're doing for me, are you doing it because you are emotionally attached to me? Do you think you are having feelings for me and this is your way of showing me that you love me? And I waited patiently for her response. She closed her mouth and then she spoke. She said that the reason why she's doing all of these things is not because she wants me to date her, but that she likes me and she just likes me as a friend. Wow. So when she said that, we were able to have, how do I put it? We're able to have a an understanding that, okay, what we are into is not a relationship as per dating. We are into a relationship as friends, or although she's a very close friend. All right. So you need to talk things out with people. Suddenly you just get into school and there's this guy that is coming very close to you. This guy is caring, he's calling you, he's doing everything for you. And as a lady, I think the first thing you need to do, because you need to avoid time wasters. There are people who just come into your life to waste your time. All right. So as a lady or even as a guy, there's this girl that is coming close to you. This girl is chingumming your body. She wants to, she's coming, always coming to your lodge, always coming to charge phone in your place, always coming to check up on you. You know, the first thing to do is to um the first thing to do is to clear the air. All right. When I mean clear the air, I mean you need to define your relationship with that person, with everybody around you. Just like some people will say, some people think that they are in a relationship, but they are not in a relationship. Okay. You are in a relationship with somebody who does not know that you are even in a relationship with him. So the first thing to do, like I would say, is to define every relationship. When a guy begins to come close to you as a lady, and you think it's coming too close for comfort, the best thing to do is to ask him, Oga, I'm not saying you should say it like this, but ask the person, John, I think we've been friends for some time now, and I appreciate your everything. Please, what is the basis for this relationship, or why have you been showing this care and love to me? All right, so that somebody will not go and buy you shawarma finish and say she come to the house so that you open pants for him or open skirt for him. Okay, so you define every relationship. It will save you a lot of problems. I tell you, it will save you a lot of problems. Now, let me tell you this story also. On campus, if you're enjoying my story, please just drop a comment section. Encourage me now. Encourage me. Drop something on the comment section. Say, I'm enjoying your this one, or I'm following. Just type I'm following so that I'll know people are following me. I will not talk until you comment. Type something. Okay, let me pity you guys. All right, now I want to tell you about a story that happened. This is a true life, very true life story, very true life story. And this story is one story that I've continued to learn from. I've continued to learn from this story every time I talk about relationship. I've continued to learn from this story. Now, there is this guy, I don't want to mention his name, but there's this guy who comes from a very wealthy home. He has money, all right? So um, it's usually it usually occurs in the manner in this manner that any person who comes from a wealthy home usually attracts, especially if you're a guy, if you have money, you have cars, you come to school with cars, you usually attract females is very normal. Women, people like money. Hey, people like money. People like money. I don't know. I don't know if God created women with money in their brain, like if God put money in their brains. But this guy had a lot of ladies coming close to him. And by the time he was done with schooling, that is final year. By his final year, he had given four ladies, four ladies. He had pregnanted four ladies that were coming very close to him. Now, he used to be a very brilliant, person, but because of the too much engagement with females unnecessarily, he actually dropped from school. He didn't graduate well because he had a carryover by the time he had an extra year actually. He had an extra year. Now, this guy did not marry any of those ladies. He went ahead to marry another person. And these other ladies he pregnanted decided to do him something. You know, when a lady decides to work against you, fear every lady. Oh. When a lady brings out her mind to wicked you, it will take only the grace of God to save you. So when these ladies discovered that he was going to marry someone else after spending their time and wasting their time and impregnating most of them, of which they aborted all the children. I don't know how many times each person aborted, but I know that the four of them, were pregnant for him. Now, most of them now went to do juju for him. They went to do juju for him. Until today he's married, but his wife has not given birth. And most of the ladies are coming out to say, we are the ones who did it because you played with us and you did all of those things with us. So I'm not telling this story because I want to instill fear in you, but I want to tell you that you need to be a very disciplined person. All right. For you to excel academically, you need a lot of space. You need a lot of space. Many of you may not have anything to do with the relationship until you are in year 2, year 3, year 4, or even some of you when you are out of school. I'm telling you the truth. It is not a must that when you get into school, you criteria that on when you get into school you must have a. And for most of us who are coming from godly homes, please, I am begging in the name of God, when you get into school, uphold those godly values. Don't allow the winds that are flowing on campus to take you away, all right? Your love for God should be steady because God will be one of the reasons why you will succeed in school. If you will ever succeed in school, you will need God. So if you have an immoral relationship in school, it will drain you of your ability to really flow with your relationship with God. I'm saying this because I know that many of you want to serve God on campus, but immorality will not allow you to do so. Many of you want to come out with first class and good results like David, but immorality will be the problem or the hindrance. So you need to really focus. You need to really focus. All right? You need to focus. So I want to take questions now in case you have any question. If you have a question that you want me to answer, please drop your questions on the comment section and I will do justice to them. I will do justice to your questions as soon as possible. Meanwhile, I will be mentioning those who were the winners, the first, second, and the third, and the active participants very soon. I'll mention them very soon and I will chat them up privately so that they can send me their numbers to get their data. I'm going to send the data immediately. I'm going to send the data immediately. So if you have a question, please drop the question on the comment section and I'll make sure to answer. And if you are a winner, when I mention your name, please send me a DM. In other words, um, send me a direct message, maybe on WhatsApp. Send me a direct message on WhatsApp and I'll um, redeem your prize. I'll give you what you want. All right. So I'm waiting for your questions if you have any. If you have any. I talked about a lot of things today, talking about the fact that you must move from friendship to um, dating and to courtship before you finally go over to marriage. Because marriage is the primary essence why anybody should date in the first place. All right. I told you that virginity is not a curse. If you're a virgin, be proud of it. Don't allow anybody talk you into come on that thing. Wetin those things do not have values. Those are not what we are looking at now. We're looking at exceptional people like you who will change the narrative. All right, we're looking at people like you who would change the narrative, who would say we are standing for purity and we are standing for godliness on campus. All right, you not join the bandwagon of girls who leave their host house and go to stay with a guy, maybe live with him on campus. Their parents, you know, this thing they say, single at home but married on campus. It's happening a lot on campus. It's happening a lot on campus. That people will just stay and all they will do with their time is boyfriend and girlfriend on campus at the detriment of their schooling. At the detriment of their schooling. The primary reason why you came to school is not to find a boyfriend. The primary reason why you came to school is to study. I did a post and I said many of the things you do for your girlfriend, many of the things you do for even your friends, you may regret them. I did a post on that. Maybe you could go check me out, Ekechinedu Patrick on Facebook. I said many of the things you do for your friends, you will regret them by the time you graduate from school. You know why? Because by the time you've graduated, you will find out that those times you spent, those friends you sacrificed a lot for will not be there for you when you graduate. They will not be there for you when you graduate. You know why? Because life is personal. Life is personal. Okay? I use Wizkid as an example. Wizkid had classmates, but many of his classmates cannot even call him now. They don't even have his phone number. They can't even call him. Even if you have his phone number, you can't even reach him because he has changed level. So anything that would, fight against the major reason why you gained admission into school, you need to fight it. All right? You need to fight it. You need to follow the right association. Association matters. You need to follow the right what? Association. Now, if as a godly person you end up following people who have no need for godliness, people who, okay, let me talk about this. Thank God I remember this now. Runs, prostitution, online prostitution, I would mention it, is the order of the day on campus. Online prostitution, which is also called runs, is the order of the day on campus. A lot of ladies are offering their bodies for financial reward. So they want to buy a wig of 100,000 naira, and the only way they know they can get that money is to open their leg to Alhaji. And after Alhaji sleeps with them, they get some money. I know a lady who is HIV positive after doing these runs. HIV positive. She came to me and she told me, and she was almost crying because of the regrets she has about it. All right. Many people have been faithful with condoms but ended up having HIV and AIDS or other deadly diseases. It must not be HIV and AIDS. Some persons it is syphilis, some persons infections and all of those things. I'm not saying that should be the reason why you should run away from runs. If it's about infections, many people have a way around it. But I'm saying for the sake of godliness and for the sake of uprightness, all right, for your future sake, you need to avoid some of the things that are happening on campus. So if you get runs girls as your friends, as people who you surround yourself with on campus, you are likely to do it. They will pressure you into doing it. So you must choose the right kinds of friends for yourself. Choose the right kinds of friends for yourself. I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you. Yes, you are watching me now. Choose the right kind of friends for yourself. Don't go to school and because of inferiority complex, you allow anybody become your friend, or you feel inferior and then you want to feel among. And in feeling among, most times you miss out on the most important things of your life. You are in school to get a degree and not to know different sexual styles on bed. All right. So I'm talking to the ladies more particularly because yes, I know guys, we need to talk to you people. We need to talk to you guys. You, this guy that's watching me, I need to talk to you. Yes. But let's talk about the ladies first of all. Because ladies are the ones who material things are what are leading them astray. You must learn to be contented with what you have. Do not allow the need for bone straight and the need for iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro Max to be the reason why you will get into something that you will get in the future. All right. Those ones, those ones who are still doing runs are still there. They're not married yet. I'm not saying they will not marry, but I'm saying even the person who is taking you to the club to buy shisha for you does not have plan to marry you. When he finally decides to settle down with somebody, he will settle down with somebody who maybe he picks from the village, or somebody who is godly, or somebody from the church or whatever. I'm not saying runs girls do not marry, but I'm saying that most times responsible men prefer responsible people. Even an irresponsible man wants peace in his house. So he would rather choose a responsible lady than the lady he has been buying shisha for in the club. All right. So ladies, you must learn to be contented. And I'm sorry you cannot do all of these things if you are not close to God. So that closeness with God, that relationship with God must be there. For some of you, you may need to join a campus fellowship. For some of you, you may need to take up roles in the house of God so that it will keep you close to God. I remember when I stopped serving in my fellowship on campus, I suddenly started seeing that Omo, I started having time to look for ladies and all of those things. I didn't used to do it before, but now I was less busy, and the devil was just coming with different thoughts. Omo, have you tried Amaka? Omo, Amaka is fine. Oh, did you see how she looks today? Because I was so an idle man is a devil's workshop. So you must engage yourself meaningfully. And one way to engage yourself meaningfully is to engage yourself in the house of God. Like you need to find you need to be faithful in church, or in fellowship or somewhere. All right. You must build up that ability to withstand most of these pressures. All right. It's a pressure that I am facing and you are facing, and we will continue to face. Even married people face it. As a married person, you will still find somebody who is more beautiful than your wife or your husband, or who is more handsome than your husband. All right. So for the guys, let me talk to you now. Let me talk to you because you think most times the guys think that they can do anything and get away with it. They feel that anything they do, last we will still marry. We are the ones to really decide on who to marry. I must tell you, a good wife is a reward from God. A good wife is a reward from God. So for you to actually end up with, you must live the right kind of life to attract the right kind of person. Live the right kind of life to attract the right kind of person. As a guy, you are going to be a father of a house, and you see how marriages are crashing. Many celebrities' marriages are crashing. What is his name? Peter Okoye. Abi, is it Paul? One of them. Their marriage just crashed recently. These marriages are crashing because mostly because of unfaithfulness, infidelity, your inability to live what is on skirt. Your inability to live what is on skirt. So you follow everything on skirt and you destroy a virtuous home that God has given to you. Because you are pursuing everything on skirt, your home is scattered. And I tell you, if you don't start learning how to stop yourself and control yourself now that you are still single and now that you are about to get into school, or even when you get into school, you will not have the ability to do it when you get married. You will still keep chasing women. Yes. I'm looking at you now. Yes. You will still keep chasing women if you do not learn how to control yourself now that you're a single person. So learn self-control now. Learn it now. Don't learn it tomorrow. Learn it now, 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 now. Start. Some of you are toasting 20 different girls. Okay, rest now. That time you would have used to do something meaningful with your time. You be a father of a house. You need to build your future. You need to engage in things that you need skills. You need time to build. You need planning. These things will not be available to you if everything you see on skate you are after them. Your resources will suffer. You will go and carry diseases that you are not sweetie. One of the guys in my hostel at that time, he had this thing they call sweetie. This thing that scratch, I don't know whether it's gonorrhea. I've not had it before, but they say it is very sweet. Like you keep scratching your private part for a long time, and you even have wound and all of those things. Those are things you get when you are not faithful. You go and be sleeping, you look for any small girl, any small, you are doing anything you see, oga, you will carry things, you will carry gonorrhea. Okay, apart from the gonorrhea part of it, as a young person, you need time to really plan your life. You need time to settle down and say, okay, this is what I want to do with my life, and you pursue it. Let me tell you, women will not finish in the world. Yeah, they will not. They will keep coming. The beautiful ones are yet to be born. All right. So if you are able to control yourself now, the better for you. All right, the better for you. Now, another thing I want to also say is this: many young men are having financial crisis because of multiple partners. You have 5 girlfriends and your salary is 20,000. Oga, how do you do it? You will send 2,000 to Nkechi today for this one. You will send the other one 1,000. And before you know, a young man like you that's supposed to gather that money to do something meaningful for yourself, you have squandered the money on different contribution centers that you call girlfriends. And you think that is life? That is not life. That is not life. The ideal life as a young person is that life where you are building for a tomorrow. Many of our parents ended poor because they did not plan in their youthful stage. When they were on campus, when they were young like you, many of our parents misbehaved, and that's why you have to be suffering like this. Because if your father had made a if your father had laid a very good foundation, I tell you, many of us will be better than we are today. So don't make the same mistakes your parents made. Don't make the same mistakes your parents made. Try your best to be the savior of your family. Redeem your family. Redeem your family from the poverty. Redeem your family from the ungodliness. Redeem your family from a lot of things that are happening. All right? Do not be part of the statistics. So as I speak to you, I speak to you from my heart. I speak to you from my heart. I am not perfect, but by the grace of God, I am striving. I am trying. And I want you to try. And as you try, one thing God does is as you try, He now gives you, He now helps you. But He will not help you if you've not tried. All right? So that time you are feeling honey. That time the thing is doing you. Oh, 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 go and look for somewhere. Go and look for somebody. Oh, go and call the weather for two. Today it's like rain fell very well. And I think it's weather for two now. But I'm saying, so I drank tea, all right? It's not weather for, I'm not with anybody. So I just drank tea. But I'm saying, if your body starts to do you like that, it's normal, all right? It's normal. You need to find a way to release yourself from that, pressure. Now, one of the things that keeps you pressured like that is because some of you watch things that you're not supposed to be watching. Some of you go to places you're not supposed to go. For instance, you cannot be a frequent visitor to pornography sites, and then you will not, this thing we hear about rape and all of those things are because of some of these things. All right. So you must try to know what is good, and not just know what is good, you must try to do it. All right. So I'm saying this because it is very possible. I am a testimony. Yes, I'm a testimony. Right. In school, no lady can come and say Chinedu had sex with me. No lady can say it. Of my 5 years going to 6 years now on campus, no lady can say it, that I had sex with her. All right. I must say there were close times. No, there were times when the thing was choking me. All right. There were very close times, but God was able to see me through it. So you can do it. If I can do it, then you can do even better. I must tell you. So I'm trying to raise agents of change here. I'm not trying to talk you into just living the normal life. All right, look for a girlfriend, and do all of those things that other young people do. I'm not trying to something good. It's somebody that builds Facebook, somebody built WhatsApp, somebody built all of these tech things. You can be that person. You can build something meaningful for yourself too. I've talked a lot, but I from you. I want to get response from you. I want to know what questions you have in your mind that you may want to ask me now. Please feel free to ask me any question of your choice while I keep all right. So we'll be calling it a day here. We'll be ending our section here. And I think I've been able to instill in us that desire to be agents of change on campus, not to live the normal life everybody is living. Many people are wallowing in poverty and all of that because they did not plan their useful age. But you can plan your useful age and make a meaning out of your life. All right. So I am going to be calling the winners. I am going to be calling the winners of our contest. And if you hear your name, I'm sorry if you did not attend. Though. If I call your name and you are not here, I'm sorry. I cannot help you. I made it plain that if you have to attend. The last criteria was that you have to attend this session. So if you do not attend, that's your problem. All right. Now, the first person is Eke Chinedu. The first person is I don't know why women are this powerful. Okay, many of the contests, even in class, even in our class, you see that many women are the ones who actually do very well in school. So it's a woman actually, it's a lady actually, and I know somebody's heart is beating. Somebody's heart is beating well. Okay, you may be the winner, you may not be the winner, but everybody is a winner. Like I said, everybody is a winner. And my highest participant here is David Chijike. David Chijike, reach out to me, and you are my best participant because of your comments. Um, the first position we have is no other person than Destiny Mark. Destiny Mark is the first. She actually talked about the age, but what drew me to her more is her emphasis on maturity. Although there were other persons who talked about maturity, but I liked the way she expressed herself and how she told me that maturity was something that was very necessary, in getting into a relationship. Okay, so maturity is very key. Although I usually peg maturity at 18 years, so that if you want to marry, for instance, the government can allow you to do that. So Destiny Mark is the first person. The second person, I would have loved to give it to this guy. The reason why this guy did not win is because he did not subscribe to the channel. That's why he's not going to win. He did other things. I just checked now. He did other things, but did not subscribe to the channel. So I will not be unfair to other persons. So I will not give him the second place. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you are watching me, I will not give you a second place because you did not subscribe to the channel. I want to be fair, okay? I want to be fair. I lay down the procedures. The first thing you need to do, the second thing you need to do, the third thing you need to do, and like that, okay? So in the second position, we have Precious. We have Precious. Precious chatted me up on WhatsApp. It was on WhatsApp. She sent her own entry. So Precious, I couldn't find your surname, so I just know you as Precious. I think I can still reach out to you, through our WhatsApp chat. So Precious is the second person, and Angel Emeka, and these are all females. Guys, what una dey do? What are you guys doing? So Angel Emeka is the third position, and Angel Emeka, reached out to me, and then she was saying, I think what did she tell me? I cannot remember again. Was it 17? But I think she told me something that made me I was quite impressed with what she said. So guys, I will give you something. I'll give Val a consolation prize. So Val Obotesi, please reach out to me. I'll give you a consolation prize for trying. All right, for trying. Angel Emeka third, Precious is second, and Destiny Mark is first. So if you're among the winners, you could drop a comment and then reach out to me on Facebook or even on WhatsApp, any of the platforms, and you will redeem your prize immediately, almost immediately. Please, if you are looking at me that I'm very handsome, I'm taking. I just want to let you know in advance I'm taking. All right, all these girls, I'm seeing your eyes. You're looking at me like you are saying, this guy is very intelligent. Too. He make a good. He's a husband, husband material. Though. I am taking. All right, that was just on a lighter note. So these three persons should reach out to me. I'll reach out. I'll personally reach out to Vows or Botesi, to send my consolation prize to him. Okay, so we'll wrap it up here. We'll have further editions on other topics, and while we have other topics, we must. Yes, I said active participant is David Chijike. David Chijike. I'll give him I'll reserve the prize for active participants for him. All right. So let me mention the price again. Destiny, which is the first, we go on with 2 gigabytes of data. Precious, we go with 1 gigabyte of data. Angel Emeka will go home with 500 MB. That's the three prices I called. Then other persons will be consolation prizes. All right. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your presence. And I want to say, if you feel you sent your entry and it was not duly considered, still reach out to me. I will give you further reasons why I chose other persons I rewarded. All right. So thank you so much for being here. And I hope you enjoyed yourself in this section. We'll have another session maybe by the end of this month, but it will not be on relationship. Okay. It will not be on relationship. It will be on something else. And I'll also be sharing insights like this that will help you. All right. So thank you so much. I'll be going off now, and I hope you enjoyed yourself while um, we had the section. Thank you so much.